Hey guys, what is going on? My name is Virtual Riot and I want to show you some project files of my new EP on Disciple Recordings called Save Yourself. The second track on the EP is this tune called Wallmonger, named after some boss monster from this game, Enter the Gungeon, and it goes like this. So it sounds like a big mess, but there's actually some interesting layering going on here that I want to show you. So, of course, there's the main yoink. But then there's all this weird distorted mess under it that actually works together really well. So what I have here is a sub. That's just, I think I just distorted a saw wave like a lot and added some white noise and then distorted the white noise and the sub together so the noise gets all crunchy, so it sounds like this. And then on top of that is a little more clean saw with noise with all the sub cut, so the subs don't clash. And then there's even a layer of just some distorted white noise with a vowel filter on it, so kind of does like a bit of a yeah sound. And there's a layer actually for the yoink that just goes. So altogether, they actually work really well because I scooped out all the frequencies out of the distorted subs that the yoink on top is using. Because if you look at the analyzer, you can see the yoink kind of has its fundamental frequencies. Somewhere around here, like 500, 600 hertz. So all the sub layers have a huge dip there. There's 2 dips on this one. So that's why they kind of work together and there's no clashing happening between those 2 sounds. The next tune is Hysteria, the psytrancey weird one, and there's some cool things happening here too. I really wanted to have a long build-up that just goes on and on, so after the drums have already kind of reached their peak in terms of tempo here, ooh. That's a lot of reverb. So after those drums kind of reached their peak, I decided to keep going for another 8 bars. So what's happening is there's this looping vocal down here. And then at a certain part, this frequency shifter kicks in and starts this weird kind of flangy motion, and it gets faster and faster. So once we've reached kind of peak tempo with all these little buildups, this kind of kicks in another gear of buildup. And then instead of having like these snares getting faster and faster, I thought of adding actual like big war toms that can then again go faster. So you have like another 8 bars without it feeling like it's dragging on too much because there's lots of different stuff suddenly coming in, but it's still rising. And the main sound is kind of also a funky layer. So this thing is a mess because I've never made a psytrance plucky noise before, but it kind of turned out fine. There's a lot going on here. So there's the main patch. It's kind of like a very distorted, plucky saw. It goes up and down in pitch a little bit, but then the first thing I noticed is it needed like a really strong transient, so it's like super piercing and plucky. So there's another layer that just does this. And then both together already sound a little more piercing, and then there's this layer. There's just like a tiny white noise zap. There's like really distorted, messy layer and a Nexus patch on top. That was like filling out missing low-end room, but then altogether it kind of sound really beefy and thick. The last track I want to show you is called The Recall, and it goes like this. So with most of the songs, I kind of had an idea in the first place and then started working towards it. With this one, it was more of a happy accident, like how the main sound actually came around, because this is some really weird stuff happening here. Because I just wanted to try out what would happen if you FM'd one really high sine wave with another really high sine wave, like just get like like just get the pitch of both to the highest possible, make the most screechy, annoying noise. And there's actually some weird digital artifacts happening eventually. So let me actually make a fresh serum real quick so I can show you. I'm just gonna take 2 sine waves, and then I'm gonna FM from B with the first one. So, and I'm gonna turn the second one down so we can only hear the first one. So this is standard FM. So now I'm gonna pitch this one up 4 octaves. And then the second one also 4 octaves. And now even higher with the coarse pitch. And you can hear like at the top there's some weird kind of yoy frequencies happening. And they get even stronger if you turn the FM further up. So that's some weird, like, I guess some weird aliasing issues because of the resolution of the frequency modulation, because it would be so high at that point since the frequencies are so high that maybe the software can't keep up with it anymore. I think, I don't know if that's right. Steve Duda, call me if this is wrong and I will adjust my explanation. But this is cool, though. That's all that counts. And then I thought, hey, let's make a sound out of it. So I just modulated the pitch, since that is kind of the cool thing that's changing the flavor of the sound here. So I just made a modulation that's kind of a little steppy. So like 3 steps down, for example. So it'll do something like that. And then you can just try and find different positions where it sounds cool or in some frequencies that you like. And that's kind of the basis of the main patch here. So then just tweaking with it until it sounds like... And obviously there's some layering going on here as well. The main patch just sounds like that. But I have something else going on below it that kind of mimics the same rhythm. So I think this one's just a sub. Yeah. And then down here, there's some like weird, gnarly bass noises, but I cut the sub off, so altogether it like creates a really nice texture. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something, and please check out my new EP, Save Yourself, on Disciple Recordings.